My name is Isaac Bluma, and this is my video for a Sani Life scholarship. I was asked in the video just to talk about how 2020 has been for me and how I'm going to take those things I've learned from 2020 into 2021. A few things to know about me is I'm from Uganda. It's a country in East Africa. And I moved to America when I was 6 months. Long story short, we were in some really deep troubles, but God really just made a way. But just about 2020 for me was a pretty rough year. Going into 2020, we had these rumors of wars. If you remember, we had that whole the president sent in a missile that killed a Middle Eastern I think it was politician or something like that, and so that really affected the country's stability at the time. And then also, if you watch basketball, the passing of Kobe Bryant, I'm personally a big fan of basketball, and he's actually my favorite basketball player of all time, so that was a pretty big hit to me. And also, obviously the elephant in the room, COVID-19, it cut down a lot of things. Everyone, who had a conscience at the time lost things. I was going to go to Tennessee, I was going to go to Austin, all these different places. I've been involved in things in high school. I recently graduated about a week ago, but while I was in high school, I did things like, in choir and Technology Student Association and National Honor Society, and I was going to get to do all those things, but unfortunately, because of COVID-19, all those things were canceled. And, this year, at least now, some of those things are happening either virtually or some even happening in person. But at that time, it was nothing. Everything was just canceled because, the whole world was on quarantine. But, and then, we kept on going, got through May and things, and, it's Texas. I live in Texas, and so I believe it was in May, the state, Governor Abbott signed something that the state could open, and, the cases went back up and stuff, and, there was, I'm not sure what state y'all might live in, but here in Texas, there was a real battle going on, whether there was, mask or no masks. That was definitely some internal chaos that happened, but really, 2020 is just really rough. And then also, I think it was in September, I found out that one of my best friends passed away, and that was a hard time for me. I never really showed it to anyone, but there were some nights where it really hit me. Some nights where it really really touched me. But it's really one of those things that as this prompt is asking me to say, going into 2021 for the rest of your life, what are some things you're going to take? And what I can say is, going into 2021, there are a lot of things that I did learn from 2020. One of those things being time management. With COVID happening, our school was completely virtual, meaning you had all the free time in the world, and it was just up to you whether you were going to do that schoolwork or not, because your grades could drop. So really, I'll be going to Texas A&M for biomedical science, so I feel like that period of really having to give yourself that self-discipline to say, okay, that's enough of this, or I'm actually going to go and do that work, and I'm going to do this reading, because I was in multiple AP classes that graduated top 10%, so those things really mattered. And also just with the passing of my friend, it also just taught me the value of time. That can sound a lot like time management, but what I mean is the value of someone being there. There's an essay that I actually wrote, and in one part of it I said, now when I see my friends, when I see my family, it's more than just, another hi or another goodbye. It's more than just, a hug or a high five, all those things. But I sincerely understand, the value of the time that you have with someone, because my friend's passing happened unexpected. It wasn't a case where, he was in the hospital and we were kind of mentally preparing ourselves for it. It was something that caught us off guard. In fact, I was sleeping and my dad woke me up and told me about it. So it was really just something that shook me. But going into 2021 and for the rest of my life, I really just know that don't take things for advantage and to keep going, to keep pushing, because 2020 was the year for me, of just perseverance. It was really learning that there are some things that you learn in the fire that you'll never learn if you only walk in water. So what I say to myself right now in the future is, don't give up, persevere, follow your dreams, and you can do whatever you want to do. Thank you.